Hello and welcome to your Solent Sports News Bulletin. This is, of course, 1 o'clock. Thanks very much for joining us. We're live every hour today. So we'll start off with some breaking news, as we did last time. Peru's captain, Paulo Guerrero, has been banned from participating in next year's World Cup in Russia. It's been announced by FIFA today that the 33-year-old has been given a 1-year ban for taking cocaine. This will be a huge blow for Peru, as the player has scored 32 goals in 86 appearances for his country. Very important player, of course, for Peru. They'll be sorely missed. And more breaking news, as we said earlier, building on that, Premier League games will be played on a Saturday night for the first time from 2019. 8 matches in the primetime TV slots are up for grabs when broadcasters commence the bidding wars for rights to show 200 Premier League fixtures in that season, and that's 32 more than are on offer in the current TV deals, and that is just one of 7 new packages on offer. England manager Gareth Southgate has claimed he will not hold his players back from playing free-flowing football in next year's World Cup in Russia. The draw for the group stage of the tournament was a week ago, where his side were drawn against Belgium, Tunisia and Panama. Southgate is hoping for optimism from his players throughout the tournament.
I don't think it's for me to put a limit on what they might achieve. I think as a manager, one of your jobs is to allow people and give people the opportunity to think of what's possible.
Moving on to some local football here in Southampton now, and AFC Totton goalkeeper Shane Murphy has put in some great performances this season since joining from Dorchester. Perhaps his most impressive was against Cirencester Town, which was on Saturday, when he held off a flurry of attacks to carry Totton to a 2-1 victory. And Murphy says that the welcoming atmosphere at the club has been a big help for him.
Last season at Dorchester, completely loved it there, but I just didn't get that feeling from the manager there last year. Obviously, when the interest came from Tottenham, it was a bit of a no-brainer for me. I've always been the sort of person that if someone wants you to be there, then obviously you're going to play a lot better. And I think I made the right decision. I think it's been a great start so far.
And less than an hour after Peter Moore stated Coutinho is not for sale, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has admitted that there is nothing he can say to stop this speculation from growing. The club has insisted he is not for sale, and Klopp would like to leave it there.
I will say nothing about that, and at the 31st of January we can then shake hands and say what a wonderful time we had together. The journalist and me, not Phil and me.
And Cristiano Ronaldo won his 5th Ballon d'Or in Paris last night. The Real Madrid forward has now equalled Lionel Messi's total after a brilliant 2016-2017 campaign, throughout which he scored 42 goals in all competitions, and he also led Real Madrid to Champions League and La Liga titles. Ronaldo says it's been quite the few months.
Of course I feel happy. It's a great moment in my career. I'm glad. This is something that I looking forward every year, every season.
And England wicketkeeper Jonny Bairstow says he will take matters further if Australia's sledging in the Ashes crosses the line again. The 28-year-old was targeted during the first test in Brisbane, but did not reveal the nature of the words. Bairstow wrote in his column, "There were some verbals from both teams. Clashes like we saw in Adelaide are part of the sport. I'm not making any issue of it. Only if they are said again would the matter go further."
Since then it's not been easy and it's been difficult to bowl and stuff, but last game was much better. I just didn't bowl as well.
Sorry about that one, folks. Bit of a technical difficulty there. Had a couple of audio clips playing at the same time. Sorry about that one. Right, let's move swiftly on then. And James DeGale will be defending his IBF World Super Middleweight title against Caleb Trull tomorrow at the Copper Box Arena. His opponent Trull has made a career for himself in boxing, even though his original aim was to be a professional fighter to pay off his student loan. Well, that was over 10 years ago now, and it's something that he hasn't looked back on. Well, that rounds off our main sporting headlines, but we've still got a couple of minutes on air for you. So I can let you know that later on in our bulletins, we'll be going to Gary Taphouse, who's obviously a football commentator. He'll be talking to us about the breaking news about the Premier League deal. What I'm going to do for now is bring in one or two of my co-presenters. Callum, are you up for a quick chat?
Yeah, of course.
You up for a quick chat with us? Lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. So what do you think? Obviously, these the TV deals in the Premier League is becoming more and more prominent, more and more games on TV. How long is it going to be before every single game's televised.
Well, it can't be too long away. That's for sure. Maybe not just in the Premier League, but in the Championship maybe as well. We've seen a lot more televised games there. But what does it mean for away fans? I think if you're moving the games to the evening slots to Saturday night fixtures, if you've got fans travelling from one end of the country to the other, the 3 o'clock game works quite well for them. Whereas if you're playing them in the evening, it's a long day, it's an all day thing. It's a long trip back in the middle of the night for fans. So I think for Sky and for sofa fans, it's great, but for people that go to every single game, it could become an issue.
Yeah, is it going to see a big reduction in fans actually going to the games, reduce atmospheres at the games as well? Could be a bit of a problem for the way the game is seen in the flesh rather than on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk at the moment about ticket prices as well. So if ticket prices are still going up, although they are trying to cap the away one, and the games are all on television, and it's cheaper to pay for a subscription service, then you are going to find that people would rather, especially this time of year, it's snowing in some parts of the country today, it's cold, you'd rather just stay at home with a cup of tea and a hot dinner on, than maybe go and spend so much money on a game to go watch your team probably lose.
Yeah, you can understand it to a certain extent, can't you? But it's got to be taking away something from the game, hasn't it? It's just obviously slowly moving into that digital age, that technological age where people are just viewing it in the easiest way possible. And like you say, might not want to make the slog. Could be a long journey, could be obviously with all the TV games as well, kickoffs times are all over the place. We've had like Newcastle to Southampton coming in at early kickoff, so that's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Right, thanks for that, Callum. That's all we got time for now, so join us again in an hour. Thanks very much for listening.